Everybody, welcome back to Nicsminibikes. If you haven't yet, hit that link down in the description. Go check out our merchandise. We got hats, shirts, hoodies, all kinds of cool stuff. Go get you something. I'm pretty excited for this video. I never thought I'd get to the point in building one of these motors where I'd need one of these. Do we actually need it? I don't know, but it's sure gonna look pretty. So come along for the ride, and I'll show you what we got over here. So I haven't opened this yet. I just got the box open. A lot of traffic on the street, so if it's coming through on the video, I apologize. Nothing I can do about that. It's got this box right now from Go Power Sports. And some of you might be able to tell by the part number there, 6057, that what we got here is a bag of bolts. We got an ARC billet side cover. And this will be for our Coleman B200RSV. So what all comes in the box? You get a side cover gasket, installation instructions. Of course, you get the billet side cover. You get a little bag of goodies here. You get the bearing seal. You get 4 shims. 2 of them stayed in the bag. There we go. 4 shims, the O-ring, and 4 solid dowels. And in this other bag, you get more hardware. What we get? You get the side cover mounting bolts, a large plug, 2 small plugs, your 2 screws you use to take the side cover on and off, because you will be taking it on and off a couple times when you install it. That's it. That's all I got. So let's get the bike out and we'll start going through the process of getting this put on. All right, so let's get started on this side cover. I'm going to drain the oil first. And while that's draining, I'm going to start taking all this apart. Yeah, I'm just going to knock this out. So we'll fast forward. Here we go. So I decided while we had it to this point here, we'd go ahead and check our in play now with the cast side cover. We got it set at 0 and it's pushed away from us. I can pull it back and let it go, and it goes to about 6/1000ths of an inch, which is a little on the low side, but I think that's pretty good still, and I'm happy with that. So I'm going to try to shoot for close to the same with the new billet side cover. I'm going to shoot for around 8 to 6, 10 to 6, somewhere in that range, and hopefully we can get that. This isn't the best setup, to do this because the magnet moves a little bit, the whole frame flexes because it's on rubber, but it's what I got, so it's what I'm going to use, and I think we'll be okay. So I'll get this put away and we'll keep removing that side cover. We'll just wipe this down a little bit. A little bit of carb cleaner up in there. And we'll clean this surface off here. I'm going to get this all cleaned up and then I'll bring you right back. So I went ahead and took the 2 dual ball bearings out and I cleaned this side cover. And these bearings should just slide right back in. There's one, and the other one just stacks right on top. Like that. This is cleaned. It does have some of my fingerprints on it because that's just how I do. But it's cleaned. I checked all the holes for chips and whatnot and looked for burrs. I'm going to take the supplied seal and get it pushed in place. I'm not going to use anything but my fingers because I don't have to. And I feel it seat. So that's good. Now I'm going to take the supplied O-ring and I'm going to start at the top. And I'm just going to press it in to that O-ring groove. Just like that, all the way around. Then I'll bring you back when I get back up to the top. Alright, we got that O-ring on there. Nobody tells you how much of a pain in the butt that is. But now we'll trim our O-ring. Press that into place. Then we'll get in our goodie bag, and we got 4 dowel pins. This Racer Pro Quip block only has 3, so that's what we're going to run with. There's 1. 2. 3. 4th one is down here and it's tapped out, so just run the 3. I got a rubber mallet and I'm just gonna make sure those are seated. Guess I'm only gonna run the 2 because this one doesn't want to go in. So this is where things can start to get a little interesting. We'll just see how it goes. That kit comes with 4 of these shims, 2 thick and 2 thin. ARC says you have to run at least 1 of them to keep that gear off of the bearing. So I'm gonna start with the thin. I'm gonna skip the cam and all that stuff because this side cover could possibly be coming on and off, and I don't want to fight it every single time. And I'm just going to do 2 bolts here, 1 there, 1 across. 200 inch-pounds is what the calls for. And that is a lot of in play. Let's see what this tells us. So right there, the crankshaft is pushed in and we're at 0. If I can just grab that crankshaft and pull it out and get it to about 28. So it looks like I'm going to take this apart and I'm going to put all the shims in there and we'll check it again. So to get this off, it comes with these little bolts here. They screw into these holes where your dowels are. One in each spot, crossways from each other. So we'll screw these in and use them to get that side cover back off. A little bit over here, a little bit over there, nice and even. This side's actually in a little further, so we'll stay here. Oh, that should come off of there. Then before we put it back on, we'll back those two out. So we got our other shims. I got a thick one in there, I think. I don't know. I got the 2 thin ones and then another thick one. There's 2 and 2. Which ones are which, I don't know. But we'll stick that back in there and we'll check this in play again. Get our bolts started and we'll get those torqued down 200 inch-pounds. Something in my gut is telling me I need to do more than 2, so I'm going to do all of them. Let's do this and see what we get. So it's easier to push it in than pull it out. Or I'll zero it at pulling it out. And I'll push it in. And we're right at 9. I'm happy with that. Maybe 10. $10 to $8. I got a little bit of movement on my gauge here. So definitely not perfect. But pull it out. Zeroed. Close enough. Push it in. Moved 8 lines. That's 8/1000 of an inch. That's good in play there. So the instructions say 10 to 15. But this is how wide. You're not even going to be able to see it. That's how wide 2/1000 of an inch is. I'm not going to worry about that. So I'm going to pull this side cover off one more time, slide all my parts back in for the valves, get the cam back in, and get that side cover put back on for the last time. So the wind's picking up. The weather looks like it's about to get nasty on me, so we're going to kind of power through this. But I got the lifters in, I got the cam in, I got my timing marks lined up, dot to dot. I took my barbs off of my old side cover and I went ahead and put them on the billet side cover. Now I'm ready to put this on for the final time. Hopefully. So So how comes when I want Loctite, I can only find red when I need blue and blue when I need red? So unfortunately, all I got is red. And I'm just going to use a small little bit on threads here. Just a little bit because it's red. We'll get those started up. We got our two billet filler hole plugs. Oh, I did not see that coming. I got this bracket on here. This plug won't go in there with that bracket. So I'm gonna have to take that bolt out. So we got two fills on here. We got one down here and one up here. So we just won't use this one. We'll just use this top one. Not a big deal. And I'm okay with that. So we'll just screw this one back in. I did have to trim on that to get it to fit in there. So I trimmed it down to about that shape. Went from that to that. So now it fits on that billet side cover. And we'll just take that straight to 200. Crisis averted. And we'll put this top one in. This is the one that we will be using to put oil in. Now I'll go ahead and figure out these vent lines again. I believe they're going to be just a little too long. So I'm going to trim that one about right there. And then this one, we'll cut it about right here. And we'll get those clamped back into place. Are these really necessary with what we got going on with this motor? I don't know. Probably not. Do we care? No. If you don't use those two holes to vent your block, you got these little plugs to put there instead of those barbs. The nice thing about these is they come with this drain hole here. And that plug there. Should you run some sealer on that? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you would do. I'm going to leave it dry for now. Maybe I should Loctite it in there and just use the block drain. I don't know. But I'm going to go with that for now. And then our block drain, I should have showed you this. This had quite a bit of stuff on it, and that oil is really clean. Almost no metallic in that oil. I'm pretty happy with that. But we'll get that back in there. And really, that's it for installing that billet side cover. Everything else should line up pretty much exactly the same way. Nothing really bolts to the side cover on this B200RSV. Now, if you're running an engine with the torque converter plate, then you would have to start looking at the alignment of your driver and your driven. But in this particular case, I don't think it's going to be an issue. So unless I come across an issue, I'm just going to throw this back together, and I'll bring you back when that's all done. All right, that went together exactly how I expected it to. No issues. I did put oil in. Did 14 ounces of Lucas 10W30 motorcycle engine oil. I use that because of its high zinc content. Now I gotta get these valves figured out because we took the push rods out when we took the cam out, just so nothing went falling around. So let me get this valve cover off. So I'm gonna set this and we'll be done with this billet side cover installation. We got a video on how to set valve lash. I'm not gonna show that. Performance isn't gonna go up from adding the billet side cover. It's just gonna add strength to the block and help with crank flex at high RPM. So we're pretty well done here. So we're gonna wrap it up. If you haven't yet, hit that link down in the bottom. Go check out our merchandise. We just dropped a few new designs. Go check them out, pick you something up. I hope this helps you along with your build, helps you get over an obstacle that you're having trouble with. Any questions, leave them down in the comments. But just make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. It's free for you and it helps us out. And we'll catch you on the next one. Boy.
What the heck?
There's nut drivers built in too.
What's a nut driver? Oh, this? That's cool.
Did you know that?
No. Did you?
No, I didn't.